guys, it's Jen from over at worldofjencraft.com, and I am home and ready to share with you guys what I've been working on over the past few weeks and why I have been absent over the past week from putting out any videos. So I am a procrastinator and I feel like I work better when I put things off. Everything becomes a little bit clearer to me, and having a deadline and working up kind of close to it, I kick it into high gear, and that's when all the magic happens for me. Maybe that's my excuse for procrastinating, but I just feel like that's just kind of how I work. So when I received my bundle of goodies from Stampin' Up as a display stamper, I was not 100% thrilled with what they sent me. If I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys, which I always am. So they sent me this box. I was really super excited to get into it. I opened it up, I pulled everything out, and I put it all back into the box, and I did not open it for at least another month or so. I just had to kind of wrap my head around everything that was in the box because nothing coordinated with each other. I didn't get anything that, I didn't get any DSP to play with, or if I had a stamp set, not that I knew that there was coordinating dies, but after the fact I learned there were coordinating dies to the stamp sets that I got, and I didn't get them. So, and not to mention that they just kind of weren't my style. So it was a real challenge for me, and I really had to think outside of the box on creating these. But having said all of that, I do feel pretty good about what I did end up coming up with. So this is the catalog. This is all I can show, but let me tell you, what is inside is truly awesome, and I can't wait to be able to share with you the inside pages, but I can share with you the products that I have. So I'm going to be doing several different videos. This one is focusing on my display stamper products, and then I thought I would do another video of the products and the stuff that I received from OnStage, which was a lot of fun. So let's dig into this portion first, and then we'll get to the others on another video. So the first thing I wanted to show you, the first stamp set, this is called Painted Glass. So this was one of them that I was sent, and at first glance I really had no idea what I was going to do with it. It was a little bit more formal than I was used to playing with, and yeah, so let's get on with what I did end up coming up with. So I decided to use one of the main images as a background stamp, and I kept this card really super simple. I just felt like I didn't want any distractions from my background that I created. So this was it, and of course that wink is still on there, which you'll see pretty much on every one that I did. So I'll put this one here, and then this was a little box that I created using the gift bag punch board. So I went ahead and just stamped that same thing all over it, and then created this little front. The ribbon is from the annual catalog, the 2017-2018, so this was not new, but the stamp was. And this is another one that I came up with using the stamp set. So the butterflies I thought turned out really beautiful. I did stamp them twice, once cutting them out. There is a die that actually cuts these little butterflies out, so yay, but I did cut them out by hand. And then this was another card that I came up with, and what I did is I went ahead and just stamped out that image and then cut it into the different smaller shapes that each of these little things create when you cut into them, and then the background is stamped using that larger stamp. It's kind of hard to see, but I use a tone-on-tone for that one. So that is it for this stamp set. I did go on, and you'll see in some of my next cards and projects that I did use the sentiments quite a bit from this. I found that I absolutely loved using them. So Lilypad Lake is the next stamp set that I received, which is really pretty, and the sentiments are perfect for this. I just love the sentiments on here. This was kind of more of, I felt like a kind of builder, you know, scene builder kind of set, which if you are subscribed to me, you know that I kind of struggle with that. If you are not subscribed to me, click the subscribe button. You like how I did that? And that will get you notifications when I send my next videos through. So anyways, got that little plug in there. So this is what I ended up coming up with, which was the little pizza box that we sell. My ribbon came off in my luggage on the way home, but this is new ribbon, and this is, so this is from that stamp set, those little sailboats, and I did cut this top one out, so it's popped up there on top of one. And I went ahead and used that same stamp set from the painted glass to create just a little bit of a background, subtle background for this whole entire thing. I sponged it and then stamped that thing on there. I didn't do anything with the inside yet, so that's just white, but I really do love these. And this is the card that I came up with. Just kind of kept it simple and threw some Wink of Stella in here just to keep him a little bit shimmery and make him pop a little bit more. So this background stamp right there, let me move this out of the way, and this will just kind of go right into our next stamp set. So this is the Sea of Textures, the last stamp set that I was sent. And again, I struggled with this at first, but then I was pretty tickled with what I did end up coming up with. So this background stamp is this that I just stamped over the whole entire background. And I was kind of tickled with the way that turned out. Kind of gave a nice little texture to it. So moving on with this then, this is one of the cards that I came up with, and I just used the octopus as a background stamp on my crumb cake cardstock, and just using crumb cake ink. And I hand cut out this octopus, not too shabby, but there is a die set that goes with this. Would have been nice to have. But I think he turned out pretty good, even if I had to hand trim it. It wasn't that difficult. And then I came up with this one as well, just kind of sponged my background and came up with this little scene. And the little sequins that you're seeing on here are also new to the 2018-2019 annual catalog. And it was crazy because I stamped him out in Calypso Coral onto the crumb cake cardstock, and he turned out this really pretty kind of dark coral looking, yeah, so that's that. And lastly, from this stamp set, I brought out the little fishies from the Jar of Love, and I just created like a little aquarium and got up a couple different sentiments from some other stamp sets. So there's that ribbon again that I'm just absolutely loving. It is a Bermuda Bay mini striped ribbon, and it actually paired nicely both with the Bermuda Bay and the pool party. So that's kind of what I ended up using it for. Moving along, so we're going to switch gears, and let's go to, we'll just do this. So I was sent, and I don't have it out right now. I probably should have grabbed it out. But there is a die set and a stamp set that has Dreamcatchers in it. Now, I only received the die set. I did not receive the stamp set that went with it. So I ended up coming up with these two cards. This one is, when you use this particular die out of the set, it only cuts into the paper, so it doesn't actually cut out the entire little circle thing. But it comes with a circle die that goes around it where you're actually able to cut it out, and then you have these little, you know, circles that come off. So the Dream is one of the dies that comes in the set, and then I just stole the sentiment from another current stamp set that is in the 2017-2018 catalog. And the faceted, I have never used these before. These are in the current catalog, and I had never used them until this, but I thought they fit just perfectly inside of each of these little, I guess, little circles. So that's that. Then the other thing that I was sent in my catalog were the Gable boxes. Now, we do currently have the silver Gable boxes, but they have come out with these kind of shimmery ones, which are really pretty. I don't know if you can even see the shimmer. Oh, there it is. Okay, so that's the shimmer. And so this one I just kept as is. It kind of reminds me a little bit of our shimmery white cardstock that we have. So again, this sentiment came from the painted glass and then that ribbon, and this is paper that is in the current annual catalog. And for this one, I decided to sponge it just to see what it would look like, and thank goodness it turned out. This is just sponged in crumb cake. And then, of course, using everything from the coffee break suite with that. So I really like the way that turned out. And then I ended up using the shimmery white cardstock for the lid to this, just because it went along with the shimmer in the Gable box. The other couple things that I was sent was silver Glimmer paper. So this card has the silver Glimmer paper, and it also has a new ribbon from a new color. It's called Call Me Clover, and it also has a Call Me Clover embossing powder. So we have some colored embossing powders coming in. Well, I had no idea what to use Call Me Clover embossing powder with, so this is what I came up with. I know it's kind of pathetic, but I just stamped and embossed his little bow tie in the embossing powder, and then just created the little bow and used the silver Glimmer paper to go along with this cookie cutter stamp set. Now this next card, some of you might notice that it looks familiar, and it is because I totally cased my own card. I changed up the background with a different embossing folder, but man, I absolutely love this ribbon with the silver Glimmer paper. It just turned out so elegant. The sentiment is from the Lilypad Lake, thinking of you with loving thoughts and prayers. So I thought that turned out just super elegant. Now, because I had gold Glimmer paper too, I made a gold one. Now this ribbon is available in the current catalog right now, the 2017-2018 catalog. And again, I really felt like this this font here worked beautifully with the gold Glimmer paper, so that's why I chose that. I suppose it probably would have with the silver too, but somehow this spoke gold to me. So yeah, I was pretty darn tickled with the way those turned out. And sticking with the gold Glimmer paper, I came up with this, and this uses the Eastern Medallion dies, and then the butterflies are from the painted glass, and I just stamped those out in gold embossing powder on vellum, and then cut each of those out. So gave a little bit of texture to my circle there. So yeah, I was pretty tickled with the way this turned out. And do you remember the little gift card holder that I made using the hedgehogs? So this is what I originally made with it, but I really wanted to show you guys how to create it, so I quickly made up the one with the hedgehogs, and yeah, posted that one. But look how pretty it is using the gold, even the gold ribbon and everything. So and the sentiment, I don't remember offhand where it came from, but I can look it up and let you guys know if anyone is interested. Lastly, I can't believe this is the last one. So we had to come up with like 15 to 20 items for our display, and I came up with 20 exactly. I was going to try to be an overachiever, but my brain was just dead by the time I got done with my 20th project. This cup, oh man, I cannot remember the demonstrator's name offhand. I will put it in the description below so you guys can look this up, and I probably will end up doing a video at some point myself. But this is a cup. Oh, yeah, we had to put our displays on with Velcro. So this is a cup that is made with cardstock. Isn't that just the coolest? And it uses the envelope punch board as well. So when I was making this cup, I knew I wanted to use the gold glimmer paper, but I wasn't quite sure what to put with it. And then I remembered that I had this gold paper from the Eastern Palace DSP, which, I'll be quite honest with you, I was not a fan of when I first got it, but man, didn't it turn out really pretty on this cup. So, and then again, the butterflies from the painted glass. So, and then the sentiment "Enjoy Today" came from the Eastern Beauty stamp set. So that's all I have for you guys. I know that's all I have for you. I will be making videos showing you how to make each one of these items if you guys are interested to know how I made them. So let me know if you want me to make up videos for these, and I certainly will. I plan on doing some, but if there's a specific one that you want to see me do, let me know, and I'll put that at the top of my list, and I'll get those done before everything else. So I'm going to sprinkle these in probably over the next couple months. As a demonstrator, we are able to, well, as a demonstrator who went to OnStage, I actually just placed my order for some of the new product this morning. That's one of the perks of going to OnStage, is that you can order the product before everybody else. If you are a demonstrator and do not go to OnStage, then they have access to be able to start ordering a month ahead of time before the catalog goes out. So that is one of my favorite perks, is to be able to get this stuff and play with it, you know, before everybody else can. Not gonna lie, that's kind of fun. And as a customer, if you have no interest in signing up as a demonstrator, I totally understand. And you will have access June 1st, I believe, ish, to place an order coming out of the new catalog. If you are interested in receiving a catalog, let me know and I'll add you to my list that I'm going to be sending. They will go out probably towards the end of May, so you can have it in your hands to be able to order this. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and allowing me to share my goodies from my display stage display stamper display. I will talk to you guys later, and I will be back with some of the goodies that I got from OnStage. Bye. Have a good one, guys. Oh, and all of this will be on worldofgencraft.com if you want to check it out over there too. I'll have a picture of my display up. Bye.